Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. So today I have my thoughts to share with you on the new Modern Renaissance palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I love this palette. I love almost everything that Anastasia does. I did just have a lip gloss that didn't work out for me, but everything else that I have tried from her has been amazing, and I love this brand. I can't say enough good things about this brand. The quality is so consistent in the products, whether they be highlighters or eyeshadow palettes or brow products. All of these things from Anastasia are great. So I want to mention that. I also want to mention I really like the company because I feel like they don't pre-hype their products. At least I haven't seen a lot of that going on with Anastasia. You know how there are some brands, you know what brands I'm talking about, who they really pre-hype their products. Like they might even tell you about something like 6 months to a year in advance, kind of give you a sneak peek of something. Anastasia, I don't feel like they do that, you know, because just a few days ago, like, they came out with these new glow kits and I had never heard anything about them until the day that they were released. So I really like that Anastasia, like, lets the products that she makes speak for themselves, you know, because they're such good quality, the products can sell themselves, you know. She doesn't have to hype them up and overmarket them, you know what I mean? Like, anyways, so let's go ahead and get into the palette. We'll talk about the packaging real quick. This is, of course, I mean, you guys probably know this, velvet packaging, sturdy cardboard. You know, it's got the magnetic closure. You can flip it all the way back, which is really nice, makes it easy to hold. It comes with this dual-ended brush. I actually really like this brush, which is why it's a little bit dirty, because I used it this morning when I did my eyes, and I haven't cleaned it yet, but it's a nice brush. It blends things out really well. I really like this end that packs on the color, but this is a little bit scratchy, so just FYI. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about the shadows. These are the shades, so it's a very warm toned palette for the most part, but there are a few cool tones in here. Like this Buon Fresco is a pretty cool tone, like purpley shade, really pretty. You also have this Vermeer, which is a pretty cool toned, like champagne-y kind of a shade. You have this Warm Taupe, which it's more of a neutral shade. I guess it's not really cool or warm, even though it's called Warm Taupe. So you just have a really nice kind of variety of colors. You have mostly matte shadows in here. There are 14 shadows total. You have 2 shimmers and then one that's like kind of between a matte and a shimmer. It's almost like a matte with bits of like tiny microscopic bits of glitter in there. So we'll go ahead and swatch these and then talk about the shades. So first we have Tempera, and then we have Golden Ochre, Vermeer, and Buon Fresco, or Buon Fresco. I don't know if I pronounced that right. So there are the shades there. Sorry for my kind of bad swatch, but these are just beautiful. I love this matte cream shade here. It's so, oh, it's so pretty. It's wonderful as like a brow bone highlight, inner corner highlight, if you don't want to go with a shimmery shade for that. I just love it so much. And then this one is great as a blending out like crease shade, transition color. And this is like a kind of a mustardy, like a Dijon mustard yellow brown color. And then this Vermeer is just gorgeous to pack onto the lid if you want a little bit more of a sheen. And then the Buon Fresco, again, is this really nice cool toned kind of purpley color. I have put this like all over the lid before and then topped it with the Vermeer, and it looks really, really pretty. Okay, let's talk about the next 3 shades. We've got Antique Bronze and Love Letter and Cypress Umber, sorry. Ugh. They're so pretty. Like, these colors, the best way for me to describe them is just vibrant. They're so vibrant, aren't they? They're so pretty. So this one, I actually made the mistake of putting this all over my lid the first time I tried this palette, and I am not big into like dark eye looks, and this was a lot darker than I actually expected it to be, so I was like, ugh. But then I put one of the shimmer shades over on top of it, and it looked really, really pretty. So this is a gorgeous, like, coppery shade with a bit of a sheen to it. It's like, this is the one that's like a matte with some like microscopic glitter. And then this one is Love Letter. And this is this beautiful, like reddish pink kind of deep shade. I love this in the crease. I'm actually wearing this one in the outer V and then a little bit into the crease today. And then this last one is like a perfect dark brown, like espresso color. Okay, next up we have Raw Sienna and Burnt Orange, and what is this one? Primavera and Red Ochre. Ooh, aren't they pretty? I feel like I do that with like every shadow from Anastasia. Oh, isn't it so pretty? They're just so gorgeous. Okay, so this is the Burnt Orange shade. It's such a pretty color. I have it in my crease today along with that mustard shade, the Golden Ochre. And then on my lids, I actually have Vermeer. I don't have any of these three on my lids today, but all really pretty colors, and I've definitely rocked all of them. Okay, now we're down to the last three shades here. So we have Venetian Red and Warm Taupe and Realgar. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. Sorry guys, that's what those look like. Now this Venetian Red I've probably used the least. I think I've only used it once or twice, but it is nice as an outer V or crease, you know, outer crease kind of a shade, even if you are fair-skinned. I mean, it does look pretty. It's just, you know, it's not one that I'm particularly drawn to. This Warm Taupe color is gorgeous and it's wonderful as a crease or blending shade. And then I also love this Realgar shade, if I'm pronouncing that right, and that I just like to put on the outer V. I don't have it on today. Actually, I don't think I have any of these on today. So if you're wondering what I have on my eyes today, again, we'll kind of go over that where I can actually show you. So I have this Vermeer shade all over my lid. I have Golden Ochre kind of in the crease as a transition color. And then I also have Burnt Orange in the crease. I have Tempera kind of as a highlight shade on the inner corner and then up to the brow bone. I also used it to kind of soften after I put on the darker colors on the outside. So on the outside, I put Love Letter, just kind of blended into the crease and then the outer V. And then I also used a little bit of Antique Bronze on the outer V. And then I blended, like I said, I blended all that out with Tempera to kind of soften it up. So, I love this palette so much. I always love Anastasia. I think that it's definitely a palette that all skin tones can use. It's very easy to work with. The shades are very blendable, just like all of Anastasia's eyeshadows. One thing that I do want to mention about the formulation is these are so soft and buttery, and with soft and buttery shadows, you're going to get kick up. So let me just kind of show you like what happens when you dip your brush in here. Now, I don't mind that because I really like soft buttery shadows, and I feel like these, because they're soft and buttery, that's one of the reasons that makes them so easy to work with. But I know that some people have a big problem with kick up, so if you have, you know, if you don't like that, then you might want to stay away from this palette. But I will mention that it doesn't cause fallout, which is really awesome, because sometimes those like really soft shadows will have a lot of fallout, but these do not. So I do want to mention that. Overall, this is a fantastic palette, and if it's something that you are considering, I would definitely recommend it. If you've never had an Anastasia palette, do yourself a favor and pick this up. If you love berry tones, pick this up. If you love looking like you have a sunset on your eyes, pick this up. It's just an amazing, amazing palette. Of course, if you're not into these kind of warm berries and taupes and oranges and things like that, then, you know, this may be a palette that you want to skip. But it's not limited edition, so you've got plenty of time to buy it. If you don't have the money right now, it's something that you can save up for. But this is a fantastic palette. You can get it at Anastasia's website. You can get it at Ulta, Sephora, wherever Anastasia is sold. So it's $42, really good deal, I think, for a high-end palette. You know, if you look at other high-end palettes that maybe are not even as good a quality as this, dare I say, then those are like usually $50, $55. So I think that the price for this is on point, and it is an excellent palette if you are interested in these types of colors. So I hope that you found this review helpful or entertaining or something. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.